Hey guys, this is Josh here for another week of Daily Star Wars Collecting. Thank you all very much for your responses this week and all the comments and everything. And just wanted to say thank you for all your contributions to the channel. And we'll go ahead and just jump right into the topic. That way you can get started on it, because this one's actually pretty broad. You could go into a lot of different areas with this. And what it is spin-offs. Or I guess I'm trying to think of a crossover type thing, where what you have is Star Wars toys, but they're mixed with something else. So you have kind of like the Galactic Heroes, which were now they're what are they? Action heroes or something like that, or the little tiny figures. You could talk about those. You could talk about the crossover with Transformers, which is something really interesting. I thought about buying the Darth Vader that turns into a Star Destroyer, and as I started to pick it up to buy it, and I thought, well, this would be interesting, I thought to myself that it just doesn't look right. That there's something about those Transformer Star Wars things, there's something weird about them. And, well, first of all, of course, they're taking human characters and turning them into, Star Wars ships, which is kind of odd. But, whereas Transformers are real vehicles turning into machines, so it's not quite as strange as having Boba Fett turn into something. But I was just wondering what your guys' opinion was on those, and I've never actually bought any of those, and just to see what you guys thought. Also, if any of you guys, I was always really curious what those Attacktix things where they're like the larger action figures, you're supposed to play a game with them, like they knock each other down. So any of those types of things that are in stores, or any other type of spin-off you can think of. So and excluding Legos. Well, I thought about doing a different topic on Star Wars Legos at a different time, but I guess you could mention them if you want. But mostly I was thinking about the Transformers Star Wars crossover. So if you want to talk about those, what are your opinions on them? Do you own any? Could you show them to us? And do you think that it's successful in comparison to the regular line of toys? Just things like that. Nothing really special. And the character discussion for this week is going to be C-3PO. And I know that's kind of one that, but you got to think he's in all 6 movies, so don't, probably not a lot of discussion you could have about C-3PO. Just, do you like him as a character? Do you think he's annoying like a lot of people do? Do you think he progresses the story? And obviously he's not as important as R2-D2 and, moving things along. But maybe you can point out some times where the Star Wars universe would have been a lot different without C-3PO. Because, after all, there's a lot of situations where him just translating or just being in the right place at the right time has moved things around. And so I thought that would be an interesting discussion. And me personally, I think C-3PO is a little bit, he is annoying. I don't like him in Empire Strikes Back. He's so whiny in Empire Strikes Back. But he's pretty good in Return of the Jedi, talking to the Ewoks and things like that. And he's very instrumental in the first movie too. And so, but for some reason Empire Strikes Back, he's so annoying that I really didn't like him at all. And plus he's racist. He hates Wookiees. Next time you watch it, look, he's racist against Wookiees. And also the idea of him being built by Darth Vader is something you could elaborate on if you want to. And so that's it for topics this week. I'd love to hear your guys' opinion on those things. And I've really been taking advantage of these sales, these Walmart half-off sales, which surprised me that some stores are actually putting vintage collection figures half off too. Which, go ahead and buy them now, because whenever they switch here in January, on January 30th, the price of all vintage collection things are going up to $9.99 each. So $10 figures. And even the basic line of toys is going to be $1 more than we're used to paying. So I'm really upset with the price increase. It is actually going to make me buy less. I'm certainly not going to army build anything that comes along. And but I'm going to cut back. Like, maybe I would go and say, oh, well, I don't really need a Qui-Gon Jinn, but I'll get one anyway. I'm not going to do that now, because now I'm not going to pay $8 for a figure I don't care about. Whereas with the Saga Legends, I'd be like, well, I don't really need this Boba Fett, but, I'd like to just add it to my collection, so I'll go ahead and buy it. I'm not going to make those decisions now that it's so expensive, and I think Hasbro's going to regret doing this in the end. But tell me your thoughts on that, too. But anyway, like I was saying, talking about, I was going to Walmart to get some good deals. Something crazy happened. So I'm there, I'm looking, and I noticed that a lot of the, around Christmas time, people take toys, buy them, take them home. Kids say, this isn't the one I wanted, or I already have one of these. So then they return them to the store. And then they go up to the checkout desk, and I used to work at Walmart, so I know all about this, and they take it from you, scan it back in, give you your money back, and then they put it on the shelf. Well, apparently, there are some very gullible cashiers at Walmart who are taking toys that are not Star Wars toys and putting them on the shelf. And people are just thieves, basically. What they're doing is buying a Star Wars toy, take it home, take the action figure out, put another action figure in, not the one that came with the package. Usually it's something that's not even a Star Wars toy or an old beat up Star Wars toy, and they put it inside the package and take it back, so they basically got a free figure. And a good example of this, I was at Walmart going through the toy aisle, and there was one of the Speeder Bike 2-packs, or the deluxe packs where you get like one action figure and the Speeder Bike. And I think it was a Bark, Clone Wars Bark Speeder Bike pack or something like that. And it had an exclusive green Clone Trooper. Well, the Clone Trooper was gone, and instead I saw this. This was what I saw. And I don't know if you could notice in that picture exactly what the problem is. You think, oh, it looks a little bit like a regular Stormtrooper. That is a 1995 Power of the Force 2 Stormtrooper that is covered in dirt and has one of its arms missing. So what happened is a guy stole the new Clone Wars Clone Trooper and put in a 15-year-old one-armed figure. Took it back to the store and they accepted it. So, and the only reason I bring this up is I don't really care if someone's a thief or not. I'm not going to get all high and mighty about Walmart's profit margins. But the thing is there's going to be, because they put it back on the shelf, there's going to be some kid who's going to say, I want a speeder bike for Christmas, or I want a speeder bike for my birthday. And his grandma's going to go to the store to buy it for him and buy this thing. And this kid's going to get a 15-year-old action figure with one arm. And it's, so, I mean, it's just something I just saw and thought it was ridiculous. But, so anyway, I thought that would bring that to your attention. I just thought it was, as far as collecting goes, that's a newsworthy item, don't you think, to talk about here on the channel. But other than that, things are going really good, and not going to plan on doing a whole lot more collecting until I've still been looking for the Phantom Menace, the vintage collection wave, and I've been looking for that we don't have anything new in my stores. They're just doing a lot of clearance out things, and there's so many cloud car pilots, and so I mean, if you want to build an army of cloud car pilots, it might actually look cool. So, but now would be the time to do it because you can get stuff half off. But nothing else really to say. Just want to say thanks a lot, guys, and I'll see you next week. May the Force be with you.
La la la, Luke, Luke, I am your father. La 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 la.